set of materials showed up today. It's Saturday, and it's Saturday afternoon. It's 4 o'clock, and unfortunately the guys had a nail in their tires, so I gave them a patch kit, so they're patching the tire real quick on the trailer. But all the materials showed up, so they're going to start unloading the materials today. And he told me that by tomorrow afternoon he'll have the building framed, and then by Monday he should have it all closed in and ready. So it's taken a few months now, and the saga is starting to actually come to something you can see now. But yeah, they measured off and squared up the pad. They said it was within a 1/4 inch. They said it's one of the best ones they've seen. They said a job they just left, it was like off by 4 inches, so they had to get it squared up before they could do the work. So it looks really good so far. So I got them a plug kit. They're gonna get the tire all plugged up. I'm gonna give them some air to pump it back up. They'll get the materials unloaded, but here we go. It's Sunday morning. Waiting for the crew to show up, start doing the framing of the garage. But here it is after starting the project last summer. There it is actually on the trailer. All the materials. That's my 10 by 10 roll-up door there. And then down here is all the horizontal siding. This is my walk-in door I'm gonna have. And then this is all the main structure pieces here. It's gonna go down there on the concrete pad. So it's been a long time coming. They're supposed to have the framing done today, and they're gonna close it all in tomorrow, which will be Monday. So by tomorrow afternoon you should see a fully functional garage out here on this pad. Then I get to do the rest of the yard work out here, bringing in some more dirt down here to raise this up, and then doing some more concrete work for the transition over here on this side where my 10 by 10 door is going to be, and then over here where the pad's going to connect to the actual driveway. So that's coming next once the building's actually up. So it's about 9:42 here on the old Apple Watch. The guys showed up about 9 o'clock this morning. So they run about 2 hours late, but at least they're here. They started laying out the framework here on the concrete pad. They're getting all their pieces off the trailer now, so they can start laying it out like a puzzle. They can put it all together. The first issue they encountered was right here where my concrete guys actually ran the pipe in from my electrical. They should have put it about another inch in. So you'll see it's right here hanging off. So they got to notch this to push it in to clear the electrical pipe. And I even asked them about it. And I'm no expert, but I asked them about it. I said, are you sure that's far enough away from the edge? They were like, oh yeah, they can work around that. Yeah, they could have just pushed the damn thing in another 1/2 inch to an inch and we wouldn't have to do this, but they're gonna have to notch that a little bit. They said it's not a big deal, they can do it. But either way, it's just gonna take a little bit of effort. So like anything, you know, what are you gonna say? Anyway, that's the header where the 10 by 10's going, and they're laying these out with the 10 by 8's starting to get the frame all bolted down. Just where the 3 doors are going. That's how it bolts down here to secure it. And that's where they had to do a angle cut here for the electricity to come in, which is cool. And then it comes down. That's where the anchor uses the anchor bolts that they're using to secure it. To see how far down they go. But for the certified buildings, there's extra bolts that go down through here. So he was explaining to me that a standard building has these spaced out, and for a certified they put more in it. That's the difference in a certified install versus the other. But it ain't going nowhere. So can't wait to get it all in there and ready to go. But they're putting this in, and then they'll start putting the legs in. They'll start putting the A frames in. Okay, so it is 4:15, and here's their progress for today. They didn't quite finish getting the framework done, but they made a good amount of progress today. Technically, they've only worked about 5, maybe 5.5 hours on it total. This is just a brace for tonight. This is my 10x10 door. This is where I'll actually drive in and have my lift on this side. So when you pull in, the lift is going to be right here in the center, and you'll see how much working height I've got based on that. So that'll be good. And then on the front side here, that's where the 3 10x8 doors are going. So I'll have 3 cars in here, and then I'll be able to pull one right in here and have it on the lift, raise up in the air, and technically I could get another car under it. And if you think about it, how deep it is, I could actually pull a car in here and back it up to the wall and have another car in front. So I could get 3 in the front, 1 here to make it 4, and then 1 on the left to make it 5, and then 1 under it can make it 6. Technically, if I wanted to crowd it up in here. But they did a good job today. It is Sunday. Sun's out. It's supposed to be out the rest of the week, so no more rain. And the guy told me the guy did a good job because it's flat, which is something he said he runs into a lot when the concrete's not flat. They have to try to level the building up best they can. But he said mine's not like that. Mine's in good shape. And he said if you look across it, you can see everything looks really level and straight. That's good. All right, it's Monday morning. It is 9 o'clock. They've been here about a half an hour. They got the rest of the framing legs in the front up here, and now they're getting ready to put the last one in, which has the siding on it. So they had to put it on, cut it, trim it to fit like they did the backside. So they're getting ready to raise this up and put it on the end. So apparently now they're doing all the bracing, getting everything leveled and squared up before they put the paneling on. Those are the headers for the 3 garage doors. So now they're starting to put the walls up. All right, doing a little time update. So it's 3:18, and they've got the side wall in and the back wall. Now they're putting all the screws in the back wall. They finished all the screws on the side wall, and so they have to do this side wall and the front wall, and then they'll have the roof to put on. So with the time, don't know if the roof's gonna get done today, but we'll see if they get all the sides in or not. So getting real close to being finished. I still don't think they're gonna be able to finish today, but they worked about 5 hours yesterday, and they got here at 8:30 this morning. Took about a half-hour lunch. So 4, 5, 6, 7. They've been working about 6.5 hours a day. And there you go. So that's about a 11.5, 12-hour job so far from start to finish to get to this point. So they started putting up the rest of the sides. You notice on the front they stopped, they got to cut out the doors. And they're doing this side. So they're making a lot of progress. Another time check. It is 4 o'clock. So the guys are finishing up the roof. It is 5:30. And they got a lot accomplished today. You see they put this panel across. They're actually gonna cut out the door pieces tomorrow and finish that wall. But they're finishing up the last section of the roof there. They got on the ground, they're cutting it to fit. They're gonna put it on. But it's coming along, it's getting there. It's gonna be pretty big. Ready to get some cars in here. It's been a long time coming since last summer. We're talking now where I'm gonna put the windows. I'm actually putting the windows on the back wall. All right, so it's 6 o'clock. The guys have knocked off for today. They got the back wall, the side wall, and the roof done. They mounted my door. They got the front wall started, but they'll finish it and this side wall tomorrow. They kind of started this wall too, but they got to cut out for the doors. So they did a lot. They're finishing up all these anchor bolts down here in the bottom. This is the 10 by 10 entrance here. This is where you'll pull in, but this is it. It's shaping up. It will be finished tomorrow. And I'm not sure if I said it, but I decided to put my windows at the back, and this is so I can have ventilation to pull out any kind of fumes or anything I got going on in here. The other part is I didn't want windows on the side. I just wanted any natural light to come in from the back, and I'm gonna have all my overhead lights through here. So it's getting close. I've got to figure out what's next. Probably call the electrician, have him come over, because I've got to put an electrical panel. It's going to go right here. That's where it comes in, and it's actually going to run from here straight over to the house. That's where the box is. It's going to come here. I'm going to have my panel. It's going to go here, and then I'll have conduits that run up and over to go on that side to feed the lift, up and over here. So I'll have lights along the front. I've got to run the 3 garage door openers. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I've got 3 electric doors that's going to be on the front. They're 10 by 8s with a remote control. So each car that's going to be parked in here will have its own remote control. So I can actually open the garage, drive it out, hit the button, close the garage behind me, which will be really cool. And they're going to have their own power source. But I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. Like I said, again, it's 6 o'clock on the 8th of March. And we're finally seeing something for all this headache and process that we've had to go through. So we'll see more tomorrow. All right, it is Thursday, the 11th of March. The garage is built, as you can see, but still don't have garage doors. Apparently the contractor that Vega uses for the garage doors has been, I don't know, out to lunch, I guess you could say. I've been trying to schedule with them all week and been getting the runaround. So still at their mercy to schedule to bring out the doors at this point. So hopefully we will hear from them in the next 24 hours maybe on a schedule when they can come put the doors in. So it's 3 10x8 doors they're gonna put in. Just met with the electrician. Hard Electric came out and we talked about running the electricity in. They're gonna put the box right here where my stub comes out. We'll put the box here. We're gonna put some switches in. We're gonna put some circuits in so I can have some outlets along the walls. We talked about the lights I'm gonna put in here. Obviously I've got to have power to each 3 of the garage doors. We talked about doing some floodlights. I told him how I'm gonna add some security cameras to it and things like that. So just some future expansion on it as well. And how I'm gonna put a lift in right in here, and that's gonna be a 220 volt circuit. So he's gonna work on that quote. Maybe I'll know more in a day or 2 or maybe by next week. And then once we have the quote on the power, I can go ahead and get that scheduled. And again, just once we get the doors in, I can go ahead and close this space off. And the concrete guy should be here maybe by tomorrow. And we can talk about getting all this leveled out, transition in, so I can get the concrete tied in. So we're getting close to this garage project. Stay tuned.